Claude AI to build a shopping list web application. In this video, I'll walk through the features of each version of the app and improvements on the user experience between them. Version 1 of the shopping list is very basic. It achieves the same as a checklist on a mobile device's notes app and reflects the typical shopping list experience. So the user simply types in items and adds them to the list either by clicking add or pressing enter. I'll also add bananas and milk. And then while I'm shopping, I can just click them off the list. The user can also edit and delete items as needed to curate the list. So if I decide I want brioche instead, I'll add that. But I can also delete it if I decide I don't want it. Delete the whole list. Now, this is, clean and intuitive. It's easy, immediate visual feedback. But an issue I always face when writing a shopping list like this, one by one, is that I add things as I think of them, and so I don't group them into the proper categories. Then when I'm in the store, I end up walking back to aisles I was already in because I missed something lower on the list. To address this, version 2 adds intelligent auto-categorization. Items are automatically sorted into 12 categories based on Claude's knowledge of grocery store items. As an example, I'll add bread, bananas, milk, just like before, and you can see they get sorted into their respective categories. Now I'll add apples, and I realize I need butter. And now that things are grouped together in the proper categories, as I'm shopping in the dairy section, I can know I need milk and butter, and go to produce, get bananas and apples. And I'll know everything I need when I'm in that section of the store. This version also features a clear list function at the bottom that allows the user to quickly clear the list when finished instead of deleting each item one by one as in the first version. And when you click it, the browser prompts you to confirm whether or not you'd like to actually clear the list to be safe. One hurdle I faced with this version was recognizing brand names as well as ethnic foods. Like soy sauce, as it's suggesting, was just put into other, as well as something like non, and anything with a brand name like Doritos was also put into the category other in previous iterations of this version. But as you can see, that was corrected with just a few simple corrections in prompts to Claude. For version 3, I wanted to transform the app into a complete shopping planner. This final version features 3 pages which are intuitively connected. The daily list is essentially the same as version 2, showing what is to be bought on any particular day. Now the user can click between days and add lists for each. So I'll go back to today by clicking today. And I want to get breads, milk, bananas, and I can check them off. But what if instead I decide I don't want to go shopping today? I can cut the list, confirm, paste it on tomorrow when I will go to the store. Now in the calendar view, the user gets the monthly picture of their shopping with the number of items to be bought for each day. So we can see on the 19th, we have 3 items. And a double click brings you back to that day's list. A user can also add items to multiple days using this view and can quickly select weekly through quarterly intervals to add items to that recurring list. So let's say starting on the 1st of this month, I had wanted a weekly purchase of bread. And I can save it here as a recurring item. Add it to select days, and you can see for every week we have one item and a new weekly list that contains bread. If we go to this recurring list view, we can see our weekly list that we created. So this tool is what really completes the app as a planning device by allowing the user to plan ahead on items they know they always need. So now that I have bread being purchased every Wednesday, I can add to the list by selecting weekly, and I'll add milk, and maybe paper towels too. I'll also create a bi-weekly list of things I don't need as often. How about butter and Now, if I go back to the calendar view, I can select certain days I want. Let's go to the next month. And I'll select bi-weekly selection, and I can just apply the entire bi-weekly list to those days. Now if I go into that day, you can see that's one of my recurring days where I'm going to get butter and lemons. So this final version ties shopping lists to specific dates and allows the user to create lists in bulk to streamline the planning process. These features are major improvements on version 2 as it allows the user to automatically plan their shopping and spend less time making each list. Of course, with increased complexity came increased troubleshooting, and you'll see in the document that version 3 required far more prompts to fix each small issue as I found them than for version 2. However, Claude is an incredibly powerful tool, and it allows someone like myself with virtually no coding experience to build a logical tool to my desired specifications. Thank you.